Oh hey, it's Tim. Pickup truck less SUV talk, and I got a box. A pretty heavy box. I thought, let's open this box, see what I got, and then let's go talk about, I know it's a charger, so let's talk about level 2 charging versus level 1 charging, which is what I have set up right now. And I'll tell you some details on it, what you need to know, and how you get setting up on EV charging. Wow, a little heavier box than I thought. So let's go get started. Come on over and we'll talk about what's in the box. Okay, open this up and see what we have inside the box. Alright, and a box inside the box, So, this guy is a Lectron 40 amp portable EV charger. It's compatible with J1772 EVs. That J1772, that is a just a standard. It's a SAE, Society of, well, I guess they just shortened it to SAE. It used to be American Engineers that shortened it. So this is a 40 amp portable EV charger. It's a level 2 charger, and it's a NEMA 14-15 plug. These are important stats. So let's open this guy up. Of course it's taped. Oh, there's some good information on the back too. Let's go over this too. So, on the back, we have in the box with a 40 amp portable charger, with a mounting plate, a set screw and anchors, and a charging carrying case. So it's portable, or you can install it on a wall. Now, this is rated current of 40 amps. Input output's 208 to 240 volts. You have frequency 50 to 60 hertz. Power is 9.6 kilowatts. The cable length is 16 feet. It's NEMA 1450 talked about, the plug. Dimensions, 11 by 4 by 2.3 inches. And weight, it's 11 pounds. Well, it felt heavier dragging me down here. Maybe the stairs made a problem. I can carry 11 pounds. Let's see, operating temperature, negative 22 Fahrenheit to 122 Fahrenheit. So that's really extreme cold to really extreme hot. And materials are PC, whatever that means. All right, so opening this up, we get the portable carrying case, which is what this is. So, there goes that, box in the box. Okay, so this portable carrying case, so let me unzip that, bring the camera just a little bit closer. Okay, so inside of this, voila, we have the portable charger. Okay, so what do we have? If you've never done this before, it's pretty straightforward. So we'll just unhook this, okay. Here is your NEMA 1450 plug. A lot of people think this is the dryer plug. Some dryers have the same hookup, other dryers don't. I was looking online when I first started doing this EV stuff, and there's like 50 different versions of this kind of 220 plug. So make sure you get a 14-50 when you're at the store installing it. It's kind of, the 1450 is basically what all EVs are going for, so just get that plug. We have the charging thing. And this apparatus has some lights on it that tells you whether it's faulting or what's good. Usually it's got lights right here. So you have, bring it over a little bit for the camera. You have power, connect, charging, air. And we'll plug this in, we'll play with it. So we'll put that over there. This massive thing of cable, yeah, this is massive to hold the current for all the power going through it. So you actually need that big of a cable. Open that, and this one's got a, yep, there's a thing here too, so it's kind of fun. Never done unboxing before on camera. Okay, so there is your massive plug. This is the gun. This is the charger. So this opens up, and it'll go in the vehicle. And I have a vehicle right behind me that's going to take this charger. We're going to talk about this in a minute. But this is how big it is. When you get home, plug it in, get a little, you can see the latch right there. This is really heavy duty. This is the reason why these things cost anywhere from $200 to $400 to $500, because there's a lot of copper in that wire. And so it can be rather expensive. So we have a mounting plate. If I want to mount it up to my location, I can mount it on the wall, take the cord off and plug it in. This is how it goes up. This goes in here, and then you have a cord hanging there. So it's kind of like one of those deals. You have your own private gas station, basically. You pull in, you plug it in. There's your fuel. And I have a variety of screws and things, which I have more of. So that's what's in the case. We have an owner's manual, how to install LED indicator specifications, support LED status, what happens to those lights. So not much going on here because it's pretty simple. Either it charges or it doesn't. Now, I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna move that stuff out of the way. Let me grab something else to show you guys. Let me clean up my mess here. So I'm currently testing out a Mercedes-Benz this week, and it's a plug-in hybrid. And so this, I thought it'd be interesting to look at the charger differences. This is a 110 hookup. So this is your 110. I had the same, take that plastic off here. Same kind of idea on this with the charger unit. I have lights, same idea, but look at this. You know, the guns are the same, but this one, this Lectron is really much more heavy duty. And then look at the wiring. This is your difference. 110 hookup, 220. And so if you think about, like, 110 takes like a freaking day to charge the vehicle, and the 220 takes hours. Depending on what EV you have, depending on how much charge you have, you can visually see the differences. Like, I can kind of show you. You see my hands, you see how big differences are. And so that's your biggest difference. So let's go to this car and I'll show you what's going on over here. Okay, this is the vehicle I'm testing this week. This is Mercedes-Benz GLE 450. I'll show you more about it in a review video, and I'll show you more when we get outside, and I'll explain why I'm going outside. But this is your typical plug. It plugs right in, and I'll zoom in even closer to give you guys a good view of this. So it goes right in, and it'll click. So you see it, you can hear that click. Here, kick on. You see the light here? You have to press this light to undo this from being locked, so it's locked in place. And then all you do is you take the cord and then all you do is bring this cord over. Now I have 110 inside the garage, I have 220 outside the garage, and I'll show you the difference there, why I did it that way. And you just plug it in, and then the lights turn on. Alright, now it's green. So see, it's green there now. And then I wonder, inside the cabin, a lot of times they'll tell you how long it takes to charge. Let's okay, so now inside the cabin, it tells me my rate of charge. So it's doing 1.2 kilowatts of power. It's at 50% battery power. Electric range 32 miles. So 1.2 kilowatts. So it doesn't give me an estimated time to full like some EVs do. But yeah, 1.2 kilowatts. Let's go out the other way, hook up 220 and show the difference that's there. Okay, now we're outside the house, and I installed my 220 outside of my garage. It's not something you probably want to do, but the reason I did it was I get so many different vehicles. I never know if the plug is on that side or this side or the front or the back or whatever. I thought if I parked outside, I have tons of parking out here. I can move stuff around, and then I can plug it any way I want to. But again, not something you do. And I live in an area, nobody's gonna steal this. Oh, most people around here don't even know what the thing is. So, put that up there, and then this will plug right into my plug. So this is 220. I have a 60 amp breaker, and it's 220 volts power. I want to say, I can remember the video, but it's really high gauge wiring. So this setup here, electrician installing, you're probably $1,000 on average, if not more, depending on how old your house is, whether or not you have enough room in the breaker box. There's just so many different factors involved. I've heard anywhere from $300 because it's right in the garage to $5,000. We're running new wiring and new cable through to the house for a new breaker panel. Every house is different. So I'm gonna take this cable and go play it with Mercedes-Benz and see what it says. Goodness, this is a heavy son of a gun. Okay, I just have enough. I have 16 feet. I have just enough to get to the back of the car. That's what I'm saying. That's one of my frustrations with EVs, is you need to decide where you're gonna put the plug in your garage, and also know what vehicle you have. Is the charger in the front, the back? How are you gonna park in your garage? Those are gonna be factors you wanna be involved with. So open this up, and so we'll plug this in and get the same kind of idea. But one thing I wanna tell you, I may not mention, is when you open this up, This is your DC fast charging. This is your regular charging. That goes like that, okay? I think that got there in camera. So, plug it in there. So this is 220. There's 110 like we discussed, and then DC fast charging down here. This is the public charging you see, and that's where you get really fast charge. This is more common at home. We can see the green light has lit up, and let's go see what our charging looks like inside. Okay, inside the cabin we can see, wow, 8.3 kilowatts, 8.5 kilowatts. Should go all the way up to like 9.6. It keeps going higher and higher as it goes. And so this is going to charge really fast. You're doing, what are you, almost 9 times better than the 110 charging. So this will probably be a matter of hours and this thing will be fully charged. But I still got 32 miles of range, so if I charge all the way up, I'll have 60 miles of range, which is plenty for around town driving for what I'm doing, and just plugging it in one time. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about some things you need to know, but look how fast it's even increasing that. So I'll leave this plugged in for a little bit and we'll see how quickly it charges. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that 220 is really the way to go, and this cable is thick. So if you're going to do any sort of EV ownership, a plug-in hybrid EV or whatever, you really have to go 220. They aren't cheap, but they are worth the investment. Once you figure out you're going to save a lot more off not using gas, if you plug it at home, it's more convenient, it's faster. So this setup here from Lectron is it's pretty cool. That's probably the best looking 220 cable I've ever seen. A lot of times, again, manufacturers, they have an adapter for 110 to 220. I've never seen one this thick, and charging at 9.6 kilowatt hours. That's gonna be impressive. Now, I'm gonna guess, I've been sitting here a couple minutes, and if I open the door, yeah, it's we've gained a mile in about a minute that I've been talking. So almost a mile a minute. So if it takes, say, 60 miles is total range, if the battery's dead, you're looking at maybe probably an hour, hour and a half, because that last 10% takes longest to charge. So this one is so much faster. The 110, I charged it for 12 hours and I got 50%. So really, the 220 is the way to go. So you need the 220 wiring. You need to decide where you're going to place it in your garage or outside your garage. What are you going to do? You need to figure out the vehicle you're looking at and whether the plugs are in the front or the back, which a little annoying on how that works, but you need to figure that one out too. And then you need to buy yourself one of these 220 hookups. You need to buy some sort of cable, some sort of connection to really make that hybrid work. The plug-in hybrid work or the EV work, excuse me, not hybrid, but the plug-in hybrid work or the EV. Anything that's got a battery needs charging, you got to do something. All right, I'll put a link down below to the Lectron. You can go shop over there, check it out. They sent this to me and I'm really happy about it because, man, it's gonna make my job a lot easier. I'll be able to charge these EVs and plug-in hybrid EVs that much faster and do a lot better testing with these vehicles. So for more of this kind of stuff or interesting stuff, check out other videos over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.